Namaste. Welcome to Better Living Through Yoga. I'm your host, Rosanna of Sunrise Yoga Studio here on Old Bury Bay. And assisting me today, we have the lovely YJ from YJ Station, a local studio, and also Jason of Yoga Warriors. Today we are going to begin in a comfortable seated posture. So at home, if you would like to sit on a mat or a towel, and you can even have blankets and pillows close by. We'll start with our palms facing up and just begin to let your shoulders drop and tune into your breath. Notice it flow in and out through your nose. Our mantra for today's practice: let movement be your medicine. Together, let's take a nice deep inhalation. Reach your arms high, look up, lengthen. Palms touch, and as you exhale, bring your hands to the center of your chest and even bow your head for a moment. And maybe finding an intention, a focus for your practice. And then lightly press your palms together to seal it in. Then we're going to interlace all of our fingers. We're going to do some spinal decompression pranayama. This is just breath with awareness. As you breathe in, let's extend your knuckles high to the sky. We're going to keep our arms straight. As you exhale, I want you to push forward. So extend your arms from your chest as you pull back and tuck your chin. So it's a rounding of your spine. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Biceps align with ears. Exhale, push and pull. It's an opposing stretch. Feel your shoulder blades melt apart. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round it out. Good. Inhale, tall. Release your fingers and exhale, hands to your heart. Take your time. We're going to transition over to a tabletop position onto your hands and your knees. And we're going to come into Balasana, child's pose, for a rest. So you can bring your knees wide or keep them beneath your knees. We're going to melt your hips to your heels. Extend your arms out and let your forehead come all the way down to your mat, or you may stack your hands or use a block. So continuing with that deep breath, this helps anchor you in the present moment. And I want you to know that you are welcome to stay here as long as you need. Come back anytime. Let's take one more full belly breath. And then start to emerge slowly. We'll rise back to our table. And then we are going to transition to Verasna, hero's pose. So let's start to walk our hands towards our knees, which are about hip distance apart. We're going to come all the way up. Arms are long, palms forward. Tuck the tail down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, breathe in, reach tall, keep your hands together. This time as you exhale, let's arc to the right, up and over, just a nice side stretch. The inhale brings you back up. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Breathe in, grow tall. Palms pressed together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Tabletop, back to all fours. Preparing for downward facing dog. So maybe your hands are a little higher than the shoulders. Fingers spread, elbows unlocked. Let's tuck all 10 toes under. Let's start with a happy cat stretch. We're going to inhale, lift your heart, lengthen the belly. And then as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest, pull your knees off the mat, and press back to your inversion. And let's just pedal the feet slowly, walking the dog, loosening up those lower legs. Good. And then I want you to float to your tippy toes as you inhale. Bend your knees a little, look forward. And as you exhale, press back, heart to thighs. Take some letting go breaths. And again, you can keep some softness in your knees. You do not need to make contact with your heels to the mat. Just try to keep your elbows unlocked. Feel that prana, that good energy, that warmth flowing from hands to feet. Now I want you to gaze forward. Slowly walk into your waterfall. So upper body just pours forward. We're just going to stack through the spine. Let your hands travel up the fronts of your legs. We'll come all the way to standing. You can lift your shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll step to the top of our mat into our mountain. So mountain is our standing foundation. Feet are about hip distance. Rooting down, anchoring, heart lifted. Tapping into the calm of this posture. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, reach. This time, exhale, swan dive. Wide arms fold in half. Breathe into half lift, so hands either to mat, shins, or thighs. Look forward. And then exhale, bow to your knees. Reverse swan, expand your arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, back to your heart. Good. We're going to take a chair vinyasa. Utkatasana is fiery seat pose. This will help generate some heat, warm up your legs. So inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart as you bend your knees, sit in that invisible chair. I want you to flow. So the inhale, we rise. And the exhale, we sit. Now I want you just to go at your pace. So thinking less, flowing more. When we flow, we let go. One more time. Exhale, have a seat. This time, let's hold. We'll hold for a few breaths. Try to feel that softness in your face, shoulders, jaw. Pressing palms together. Volcano, lift on your next inhale. Rise, maybe take a little back bend, look to the sky. Exhale, thumbs to chest. And then release back into mountain, standing neutral posture. So next we're going to take Verasna tree pose. All right, so we're going to show different modifications. And we're going to first transition a little more weight into your left leg. And we're starting from the ground up. So visualize growing roots through the soles of your feet to the earth. I want you to externally rotate your right knee and toes. And we'll start from the ground up. So YJ will demonstrate staying grounded, okay? Jason will demonstrate taking your toes to connect and then maybe sliding up the inside of your trunk. And then I will demonstrate higher than the knee. So the key is to avoid your knee. So you're either above or below. Hip bones forward, knee to the side. Option to grow some branches on an inhale. Arms float up. You can explore with your gaze, maybe lifting your focus from the ground to straight ahead or even elevated. Try to relax your shoulders. Keep the breath flowing. Good. One more big breath. And then just let it go. Relax the arms first. Steer your knee forward and then release back into mountain and just feel that sensation of that temporary imbalance. We've opened the right hip. And now we'll get a little heavier into the right leg and we're going to steer your left knee and toes open and we'll start from the ground up. It's important that you mirror whatever you did on the other side. So taking the same position with the foot as you did on the other side. Softening into your wobbles. It's okay to sway. Trees are always in motion. And then maybe we grow those branches on an inhale. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders. Keep your breath smooth. Tree pose is a good reminder to go on a limb. This is where the fruit is. We're actually extending, reaching in two directions, through your foot, into the earth, and to the sky through your fingers. Last full breath. Release the arms first. We'll bring that knee forward and return back into mountain. And now just take a moment and feel that balance emerge. Feeling even on both sides. We'll take a mini sun salutation to rinse that out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift, look forward. And then exhale, bow to your legs. Reverse swan. Open those arms wide. Inhale, lift all the way back up. And exhale, home to your heart. Good, let's release into mountain pose. Soft knees. A few more letting go breaths. One more sun sal. Inhale, extend, lengthen. Exhale, fold in half. Breathe in, half rise, flatten that back. Stretch your crown from your hips. And then exhale, release. Reverse swan. Inhale. Exhale, home to your heart. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to Better Living Through Yoga. We will begin our next sequence in a standing foundation of mountain, feeling the magic of mountain pose, pressing down through the feet. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, so lengthen your spine forward, flat back. And then exhale, bow to your legs. We're going to walk the plank. So hands to the mat, we're going to walk the feet back, coming into a straight line with the body. We're all going to modify our first flow. We're going to bring our knees down. Untuck your toes. Hips slightly forward. Let's inhale, fuel up. And as you exhale, we lower down, hips, belly, chest. Back bend. On an inhale, you can draw your heart up and away to baby cobra. YJ will demonstrate. Jason can show hovering the palms to just activate the back body a little bit more. And I'm going to show you upward facing dog. So straight-ish arms, hips off the mat. And just breathe. We're going to shift through tabletop. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. So let's just bring some length to the spine. A few letting go breaths. Setting up for our lunge. YJ is going to demonstrate approaching it with her right foot from tabletop. Jason and I are going to inhale the right leg to the sky for a down dog split kick. Exhale, knee forward toward nose, and then we'll step through. So we're all going to meet with our right foot forward. Okay, so we're gonna tuck those back toes. We can all lift our hind knee, and we're gonna spin the back foot open so it's anchored. YJ is going to press her hands into the front thigh to come up. Jason and I are going to inhale, left hand forward, reverse cartwheel, open into warrior two. Good, so let's just check alignment. Front knee is over ankle. Hands are reaching away from each other. Shoulder blades together behind you. And gaze is forward, just beyond your fingers. Equally rooting through both feet. Feel that power in the lower body, but softness around your heart. Front palm faces the sky. Let's dance back. Reach overhead. The back hand can rest on your thigh or take your low back palm open. Nice deep breaths across that right side of your body. Be with your breath. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, let's windmill all the way down. Pivot so you're on your back, tippy toes, and step to a plank, top of a push-up. Okay, so YJ will keep her knees down. Jason and I are going to demonstrate chaturanga with our knees lifted. So we're going to inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows. We're going to lower all the way down again. Soft landing. Point your toes. Inhale, lift your heart a little or a lot. Shift back. Tuck your toes. Downward facing, although you are welcome to sneak in a child's pose here. Both are resting postures. One's a little more active. Maybe a sigh. Let go of any tension. And then again, we're going to meet in a lunge, this time with left foot forward. YJ will show the modification. So we're gonna inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee forward, look ahead, and we'll meet with the foot between your hands. Good, back foot spins open. And either press your hands into that front thigh to lift, or right arm reaches, inhale up and open. Verasna, warrior two. Take some nice, nourishing breaths here. And focus your gaze over your left fingers. Looking forward. Radiating energy from your fingertips. Good, let's dance it back. Left palm up, reach overhead. Express however you like with that back arm. Good, inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, let's windmill all the way down. Step to a plank pose. Okay, so variations for our chaturanga. Knees down, knees lifted and lower halfway for the challenge, or you can land all the way down. So let's start with an inhale. Exhale, lower. Untuck your toes, inhale, heart up a little or a lot. If you're an upward facing, you can try to lift your knees off the mat, pressing the tops of your feet to the earth. And then we're going to shift into a child's pose. Everybody take a nice rest to round out that low back and surrender your head. Remember, movement is medicine, but stillness is a salve. You can stay as long as you like. And then on an inhale, let's shift forward to table. We're going to get into a hip opening pigeon pose. And we're all going to approach it through tabletop, I think. Okay, so we're going to just slide your right knee behind your right wrist. Okay, and then your left leg slides back. Your toes can come toward the left edge of your mat, but just be really mindful of your knee. Okay. YG is going to demonstrate deer pose. So if you have any knee issues, she's going to bend that back knee a little, and she's actually going to lower into that right hip. Otherwise, for pigeon, arms are straight, heart lifted. And then we bow that upper body and come into our sleeping pigeon or deer. You can stack your hands, elbows wide, and just let your brow rest on your hands. You can maybe even take a little third eye chakra massage, rolling your head along your hands, or just be still. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. And can your thoughts match the pace of your breath? Can they slow? And just notice what comes up. Observe and let it drift away. Let's slowly release. Let your head lift. And we'll walk those arms back to straight, squaring those hips forward. Good. We're going to slide that right knee back into table and then neutralize with a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, lift those knees, and feel free to pedal the feet just to encourage that blood flow along that right leg. Good. And then we'll soften our knees back to the mat. And we'll guide that left knee forward, toes toward the right edge of your mat as you slide your right leg back and lift your heart. Good. So again, pigeon or deer pose. Lead with your heart. Start to bow that upper body, elbows nice and wide, and just lower down. Relax your head. And just let your thoughts drift in and drift right back out. No attachment. Letting go is the hardest asana or posture. But every exhalation is an opportunity to release a little bit more. And preparing to emerge from pigeon or deer, we're going to come up into straight arms. And then we'll slide the left knee back to table. And then again, let's rinse out with a downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. Let's take a few letting go breaths. And I want to give you the option here to either maintain a down dog, you can take a child's pose, or you can take a vinyasa flow. Okay, so if you want to flow, we're going to inhale forward to plank. Knees or no knees, exhale to your version of chaturanga. So either pause halfway or land. Untuck your toes. Inhale, heart lifts. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take your time. Good, let's release our knees. And we're going to bring them over to one side of the mat. Release your hips to the other and just bring your legs around. We're sitting nice and tall in Dandasana, palms up. Good. Going to take a half forward fold. So I want you to extend your right foot toward the right corner of your mat. And we're going to bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your thigh. Good. Inhale, let's lengthen and lift. As you exhale, face that right foot and then reach forward and then just allow your hands to find somewhere, whether it's your leg, your ankle, your toes, doesn't matter. And just bow and breathe into that right leg. Shoulders back, neck long, crown reaching forward. And then allow your hands to release to the mat, round through the spine to sit up nice and slow. For a moment, come into cobblers, soles of your feet together. You can just butterfly your knees a little bit. Yeah. And then we'll extend left foot toward the corner. Sole of your foot in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, turn to that left foot. And just bow. Bow and breathe. We're just kind of unwinding, approaching the end of our practice with some yin postures. Yin to go within. Good. Release your hands, round through the spine to sit up. And we're going to bring both knees bent, feet flat. I want you to take your time, maybe scoop up the back of your thighs, release all the way down onto your back. I'm going to stay upright to lead your meditation. And just bring yourself down. Make yourself comfortable. Palms face up. You can let your arms spill away from you. Make any adjustments that you need to be at ease and comfortable in your body. And once more, let your breath lead you with yin. As you settle, soften, and just be. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please stay as long as you need in Shavasana. Namaste.